Hello, everyone! I'm Colt Sebastian Taylor. Welcome to the Longshots Dungeons and Dragons. Pride yourself, hey, why are you in the middle of the screen today, Go Colt? Well, you're in luck, because I'll be DMing a one-shot special. Yes, that's right. And then we're actually going to be moving our game day to Mondays as well. But before we do that, as everyone's schedules are lining up to do that, D&D stuff, I'm going to be doing a one-shot here. So this is going to, from a timeline perspective, take place a little bit before campaign 2 started, just for references and whatnot. And it's going to take place, at least at this point, we'll see how far we go off the rails, mostly in Waterdeep. Joining me this evening are the people who play Maisie and Kara and Katina. They'll be playing different characters tonight. I didn't have time to swap out character art or names, so because we're eventually coming back to this, so they'll be that. So, would you three, and then our DM Bach will be joining us later to play his own character. But would you three like to introduce your characters and let us know anything you want, anything about them you want us to know?
I'm Ariel.
Okay.
I play the bagpipe.
Okay.
I'm 100 years old.
You want to give some adjectives to describe what people would see?
Spunky.
Spunky, okay.
Love-stricken.
Love streaking.
Streaking, yes.
Okay.
Love streaking. Or adjectives all one word.
What's that?
Or adjectives all one word.
Okay.
No.
No? Okay. Fish loving.
What class are you playing?
Bard.
And what does Ariel look like?
She looks like the traditional Ariel that we know and love, but more fishy and around 30 years old.
Okay. All right. Anyone else have any questions for Ariel? All right. Well, let's go on to our next adventurer.
Hi, I'm going to be playing Rune, a little plasmoid rogue. It looks like a translucent blob. Sometimes it will give itself facial features to fit in with the rest of society, but doesn't usually when it's around friends. And loves to solve puzzles.
What is it? Blue?
Yeah, I would say like translucent with like blue edging.
Blue edging. Okay. And finally,
hello. I will be playing Flinneman.
Flinneman.
He is Flinneman.
Flinneman. Okay.
So like a cross between the names Flynn and Benjamin is.
Oh,
I was thinking cinnamon.
It sounds like cinnamon,
okay,
but it's Flinneman.
I like it.
Flinneman, he's a tiefling. He's probably about 25 years old. He was like a lot of tieflings, orphan and abandoned at birth, but he was raised by a loving halfling family. His name is from a halfling name generator. He was well loved, but he became a criminal because his family's small business got taken over by corporate overlords and fell into hard times. And he's also an adrenaline junkie, so he went immediately for heists and bounty hunting and exciting stuff. A little bit of backstory that I feel like people around might know is that on one of his jobs, he let his girlfriend take the fall so that he could stay out of jail for a specific job. So yeah, he kind of betrayed her to get away.
And she's still in jail.
She's still in jail. He's okay with that. Yeah, the only thing he has a problem with that is that she knows where his family heirloom that they were stealing that he wants to get back is hidden, and he doesn't, so he wants to know, but she's certainly not telling him. Yeah, he's a red tiefling with wings. He wears a cool cloak, I guess, and likes to think he's really cool, but he's probably not that cool. Got a bit of a beard. And he's a fighter gunslinger, so he's got guns. Wears fingerless leather gloves. You know. He would wear a hat, but the horns get in the way, so.
Does make sense.
Yeah. I think any other questions?
All right. Well, are we ready to get started?
Yee.
Okay. You find yourselves on top of Diego's domicile, which is a tavern / inn, little flat roof where the three of you are having your little breakfast and brunch. Notably, your group is the only ones allowed up here, to be honest. Now, I'll explain why shortly. But Diego's domicile is an old Black Hook bar, which was somewhat not as well known as it used to be back in the day, but it was some of a rough and tumble bar. It's a little bit more laid back now, but Diego, who owns it, is like one of those old fellers at the bar that loves telling stories, talks about the glory days of the Black Hooks, and says that Colt Sebastian himself sat there and we drank all the time, and I still see him every once in a while. I go over, we have some fun and whatnot. A lot of his stories people don't fully believe. They knew that Black Hooks hung out here and whatnot, but he's been known to embellish a bit. However, these embellishments became a little much, so about a year ago, the regulars, including you, put together a little betting pool, because he was talking about how he's going to go visit Colt at his grand estate for an evening, because he goes there 3 or 4 times a year, and everyone thought he was completely full of shit, and they were going to follow him that day to see what bordello he was hanging out and whatnot. But you three, and your fourth, that will be joining us shortly, believed him and bet that he was actually going to go there. Turns out, he did go there. He found out, was very insulted that no one believed him, but was so adored you for that you believed him that he gave you access to the roof to have your breakfasts up here and brunch, and gives you the quote-unquote friends and family rate for room and board. So he is very, very fond of you for let you, hang out here whenever you want. It's kind of like your unofficial HQ. But he does tell a variety of stories that you've heard at least 3 or 4 times. He tells you that up here, great adventures were planned, but never really gets into details of what those were because he was a bartender and wasn't privy to anything. As you are having your delightful, greasy but okay breakfast, it is a wonderful day in Waterdeep. Wind is coming off of the bay, so town doesn't stink that much. Not too cold, not too warm. Perfect morning. Let's not do shit today in day drink weather, so to speak. Towards the bay, you see 3 or 4 airships coming in to dock at the airship portion of the bay. It's funny because you all remember, for the most part, a distinct time when seeing an airship was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I've never seen an airship before. But by now, 1520, they're so common that it's like seeing a cruise ship. Like, oh, that's a big thing. Okay, I've seen one before. So you see those, and then to your east, about, I would say a mile or 2 out of town, at the, let me look up the name. I forgot. I want to say the Ridgeway Mills, Isaac's old farm. You see, and it's a little hazy, you see an airship landing on the ground. Now this is, for you, somewhat unusual, not uncommon, but not that common that I do take notice. So, you would all know that by now, people bouncing between realms via planes walking is not an uncommon thing. But the town doesn't want ships just popping up over the town like uninvited. So, Lady Silverhand has put together what has been affectionately known as the Astral TSA to make sure people and ships just don't show up whenever the hell they want to without clearance. So, ships have to appear about half an hour outside of town and then come in. They usually do it over the ocean, that's where they dock, so they can be identified. But ships that require to be searched first are asked to land on the east side of town. Now, like I said, not uncommon, but somewhat unusual. The last five or 6 years you've been hanging around here, you see one once every week, maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. In the last month or so, you're seeing about 4 or 5 a week land out there, searched, and these aren't new ships, these are like regular ships. No one's really saying why or anything like that. It's just increased security to make sure people aren't illegally doing stuff. That's the line that's being said. Now that you travel other ships, you don't care, but the sailors that pop into the bar are complaining how things are being slowed down due to these new security checkpoints and whatnot. Well, yeah, you have just finished up a job. Got a little money in your pocket. You don't really have any other engagements. You certainly have more than enough to be lazy for a week if you chose to. Yeah, I think that's our big camera pan into the situation of you three on the roof waiting for your fourth to join you on a lovely day, watching just airships land and take off. Do you guys like to discuss anything?
Yeah, I feel like we need to figure out what's up with all these extra airships polluting the air and the water and whatnot.
You a droid all of a sudden?
Nah, just an ocean lover.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it is curious.
Well, I mean,
to the water.
Well, do you have the map up?
No.
Okay, are you looking at Twitch or anything?
Am I looking at what?
Twitch?
Twitch.
No.
Okay.
I
You're
can't.
about a 2-hour walk from the docks then.
Oh, okay, so we're nowhere near water. Got it. So I can't
No.
ask the fish what the fuck is up.
You would have to take a little bit of a hike down there. You're currently on Slop Street at Diego's domicile. And if you wanted to find out, you would have to haul ass down there.
Do I see
Have we
anybody
asked Diego?
eating fish near us?
None that aren't cooked. You have a nice little salmon spread with your bagels, but that's the closest fish you're at.
Okay. Well, I'd like to pick a fight with the closest person to me that I see eating a fish. And by fight, I mean a verbal altercation.
Well, that would depend if any of your other party members are having salmon and bagels.
Flynneman looks guilty.
All right.
Corinne is happily.
Ariel is going to shove his salmon bagel off of his plate onto the ground and say, "Do not eat my family. What's wrong with you, cannibal?"
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were related to this fish.
I mean, distant cousins, but probably.
Right.
I suggest chicken.
Can I get a refund for that?
I mean, no, probably not, but it's the principle of it. If we're going to be hanging out, you can't be eating fish.
All right. I won't eat any fish. Flynneman, however, will pat you on the shoulder, and try and simultaneously pickpocket you to try and get some of his money back for that bagel.
Oh, this will be interesting. I have a pretty good passive perception.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not proficient in sleight of hand, actually.
Okay, well, let's see how that you make a roll. We'll see how this
I can
goes.
still roll? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a 19.
Wow.
I have a 20 passive perception.
So you 100% notice.
So yeah, you don't notice at first because it's still a pretty good roll. But as you glance down, you do feel like, oh, do I have like an extra roll of nickels in my pocket? But it's his fingers.
Okay, I am going to attempt to pickpocket him back once I notice him pickpocketing me. It'll just be a pickpocket circle.
Okay.
Okay. I mean,
Does that mean you're letting me pickpocket you? So that I don't notice that you know?
What are you stealing from me? I have 15 gold on me.
I'm gonna try and steal like 5 gold.
Okay, perfect. I rolled oh shit, it went away. But it was over a 20.
Yeah, my passive perception is 17, and I don't think I'm looking out for thievery.
no, you're probably not.
Perfect. I'm gonna steal 6 gold from you, so I net profit 1.
Okay, I'm gonna take away gold then.
As
I look very satisfied.
as these two are pickpocketing each other, and Rune is just sitting there happily absorbing food.
Yeah, I think you definitely see whatever Rune is eating. It's just floating around inside of Rune's body.
Oh my god.
Joining you onto this roof deck that is privately, exclusively available for you is the fourth party member, Trogdor.
I'm gonna start scaling the walls, peek my head up. Sorry I'm late, had to do a little bit of evil. I see, you got a little bit of a circle going on there. Nice.
What?
Would you like to get in on this?
You mean you don't... right. Spoiled the fun, did I? Evil again?
Yeah, come on, it's a group hug now. And I'm going to give, I'm sorry, I forget Georgie's character's name, like, smirking smile. Like, they know what to do.
Okay. I'll just grin back. It's Flynn. Let's just call him Flynn.
Flynn, okay. Is Trogdor going to join the group hug between Flynn and I?
I will, and I'm gonna lean over into Flynn's ear and be like, I'm gonna attempt to guide you now, and you've got guidance should you ever need to do a check in the next little second. Up to a minute.
I say thank you and try and pickpocket you.
Yep, you get one pocket, I get the other.
Yeah.
Rune is gonna happily see everybody embracing and is going to use a pseudopod tentacle thing to just wrap everybody up in a bigger hug.
I got a nat 20 on that sleight of hand.
Same!
Oh my god!
See? Well, as soon as Trogdor comes around, everything's looking up.
Yeah.
Hello, friend Trogdor.
Hello.
Did you do any evil today?
Oh, tons of evil. I just got done doing about a dozen people's taxes. They have no idea what they're getting back yet, but I'm sure they're going to be surprised.
Really?
Wow.
Man, I wish I could be evil like you.
It takes a lot of practice.
Flynn just hands him some money that he's taken from your pocket, just like, I feel bad.
Ah.
So whatever I took from...
Do you want to describe Trogdor?
I seem to have frozen.
Trogdor the Berninator's a big red dragonborn. He's got himself a little bit of chainmail, kind of hangs down ever so slightly. He believes he's evil, but anyone who's anyone knows that the deeds he's doing are certainly not evil. Just don't tell him that.
And class, what are you playing?
I'm a forge cleric.
Forge cleric, okay. Well, this hugging, pickpocketing, don't eat fish, why you shouldn't eat fish goes on for about or so minutes. Before clumping up the stairs is, of course, the owner of the tavern, Diego. And Diego comes in and goes, hello, my friends, how are you?
Well, how's it going there, mate?
Oh,
Did you happen to find your shop rearranged to your dissatisfaction?
I mean, some of the bottles were moved around.
Yes, did you happen to notice they were not dusty anymore? Bet that makes you pretty pissed.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Diego has been caught on to this. Yes, I am so mad, and I really hope no one repairs the stools that broke yesterday. That would just drive me up the wall.
He just gets this curious look on his face and raises an eyebrow. Oh, right, yeah, repairing the stools, right? Yeah, be ashamed
You-
someone did that.
You bad now. If you know someone who does, you give them the old 1-2, boom boom.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, if you guys could just give me a couple minutes, I think I left my wallet downstairs.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down there and hit the stools with mending and come back up with the quickness.
While you're down there, he once again points out on the wooden door, although he's shown you this like 20 times. Initials are carved onto the door. It says CST, and he says that's where Colt carved his initials in. No one actually believes he did that, but that Diego did that as a way to draw people to the tavern. But by the time Trogador comes back, he says, this morning a message came for you, my friends. So puts a little sealed letter on there. And, if you need anything, just let Diego know. I better go make sure no one repaired those stools.
Rin grabs the message immediately, and the wetness of his slime starts seeping through the letter. And
okay.
Rin will read it.
It says, you see a familiar symbol on it. You've received a message from this person before. And it says, friends, I hope this note finds you in good health and high spirits, but more importantly, with an open schedule. I am in need of your services. If available, please come to the airship part of the docks at Dock and Sail Street. If unavailable, please send your immediate regrets to the Yesenia Estate as soon as possible. This is a time-sensitive matter, and you'll be compensated at the appropriate rates. Regards, Maya Vagabonte, assistant to Colt Sebastian Taylor, Waterdeep. And then at this time you hear Diego's, "Who fixed my stools? Curse you, mysterious man or woman!"
Old Trogdor strikes again.
Rune immediately takes notes. So it sounds like we're needed. Are we available? I'm not sure.
You know, I was going to go assist a massage parlor later. Sounds like they were a little short-staffed. Gonna do way better than they did, but, I can push that back. Adventure sounds nice.
I don't think my lunch is abruptly over, so I'm free.
I like the docks.
So this is
All
also
right.
great. So
All
this is
Off to an adventure.
This is not the first time you've been contracted by her to do things. Previously, it's been finding missing people, looking out for someone that sometimes you've seen, sometimes you haven't. You've tracked down a few missing shipments for her. But Flinneman, you have known her the longest because the gun that you have strapped to your side, she's responsible for getting that to you. About, I want to say, 7 years ago, as a late teen, you got mixed up in a bit of thievery that involved a shipment of firearms. However, you kind of thought that this was a bit above your head, so you instead returned them to the Yesenia estate. And as thanks for your wink wink honesty, wink wink impressive heist, Maya let you keep one of the more advanced prototypes that you have. It also didn't hurt that you're a tiefling. As rumor has it, Colt has kind of a soft spot for tieflings in general. So Maya has been not I would say patron of your collection here, but a reliable source of work and someone who appreciates the skill set you bring to the table. So, how are you deciding to get to the docks? You can
Is there
walk.
a swimming route available?
I mean, from where you are, you could go southwest into the bay and swim over there. I don't know if it would be faster. What's your swim speed?
I think it's the same as my walking speed.
Okay, if you did that, as opposed to just walking straight to there, you probably would arrive at the same time.
I can fly.
Hey, you if you guys want to take your own little methods of transportation, fly, swim, roll
Well,
through
I
the
mean, if
street.
someone's
You
swimming,
fly
I'll just fly
over-
above.
What if you fly over me while I'm swimming and we come up on the behind and take the sneaky approach while they walk?
Hell yeah.
I'm going to take a brisk stroll through the streets, whistling an evil tune.
Rune is gonna sit on Trogdor's shoulder, if that's okay, and take very detailed notes.
Yep, come on up there, little buddy.
Yeah, Rune. We should mention that Rune is a very small, tiny, adorable slime.
Yeah,
Not tiny, but small shape.
technically small, but on the smaller side of small.
All right. So are one of you are you? Okay. So one's by land and the other two is by sea and air. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm
No.
flying above.
Flynn is flying above me while I am swimming, and then the two of them are walking.
Okay. Well then, wasn't intending on describing what two groups of people of pairs would see, but you know what? That's fine. Let's fucking do it. All right.
Party.
I love it. Let's split the party. We're in a half an hour. We're already splitting the party.
I mean, it's a pretty quick jump. You could just say, hey, you walk through the streets.
Those things you can pick up on. So for our street folks, leaving Diego's domicile, you head across Slop Street, and then you kind of pop down to the Way of the Dragon, and then following that street that takes you about like the halfway point of the docks before you begin to go along Dock Street towards the airship portion of the docks, which is roughly over here. It's busy, even this early in the morning. You see a bit more usual, being an evil Burninator and whatnot. You do see a bit more of the militia out than one would normally see. You're stopped a few times as some large ships have docked overnight, and these large crates are being sort of escorted through the street under guard. Because they're nondescript, they don't say anything on them, they're just crates. Some of them have large sheets over them, but they're important enough to stop traffic to give it priority to get through the street. Not common, but not unusual, but certainly more than you've seen in recent memory. But despite having to stop and watch and gawk a few times, a few people you don't usually see a plasmatoid sitting on a dragonborn shoulder, but also lots of weird shit happens in Waterdeep, so no one gives you any guff, but you do eventually make your way over there. Is there any particular thing you'd be looking at or looking for on the way over, or just aiming to get there as quickly as possible?
I'm on a mission. I'm not stopping for anything other than to drop a gold coin inside the nastiest looking beggar in a row of them. I'm going to, of course, make him the richest man there and make him, unfortunately, the target of everyone else's envy.
If you obviously...
Rune is going to see this act of true evil and is going to take notes.
Okay. Do you make it obvious that you're dropping a coin into this guy's?
Highly obvious. I'm going to hold it up and be like, this is for you, mate. Good job.
Okay. It's a bugbear with an eye patch that thanks you. And, he might be killed later, maybe not, but you're out of the sea of the crime. For our non-land goers, you get to the docks, and then where the water is, you come to an empty pier. Do you casually jump in, or do you just make a big show of it that you're jumping into this I mean, notably not cleanest water there is.
Making a huge show of it.
Okay. All right, you cannonball in, and you swim north. I mean, are you taking a long way around, or are you sticking close to the docks and kind of going along the shore, or what?
I mean, I'll say pretty decently close to the shore, like far enough out that there's some small schools of fish potentially, but I'm not going like deep water diving.
Okay. As you swim along, you pass a bunch of ships. Some you've recognized before, some look new, some are from Mintarn, some are from Neverwinter, some are from Baldur's Gate. A lot of activity. You see a few folks kind of like, what's that person swimming there? Okay, a little wave. You come across a few fish.
Okay, I asked them if any of these ships have harmed them recently.
I mean, not really. It's pretty easy going here in the bay.
Oh, just in the bay? Is it not easy going somewhere else?
Well, I just hang out in the bay. I'm a bay fish.
Have you heard any rumors about all these ships being around? There's a few too many for my liking.
Oh, I've heard lots of rumors about the ships.
Ooh, spill the tea.
Okay, so on the inside of the ships, it's dry.
Dude, I know. It is the most wild thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's below the water, but the water stays out.
Have you heard anything about the people on these ships?
Oh, yeah, I have.
Tell me more.
Well, one's named Carl, and there's a Jake.
Are these nice people?
Oh, I don't know. We don't hang out socially.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to be around the bay.
Sure.
And if you hear or see anything suspicious, if you need a ship to no longer be an issue to you, you just let me know.
Okay. What do you define as suspicious?
I mean, like, any shady-looking business going down. Like,
there's lots of shadows when the sun's out.
There is. You know what? I'm just really in the mood to sink a ship. So are any of these not looking great to you?
I mean, they all kind of look the same to me from underneath. Some are long, some are short. They all got rudders.
Okay, side note. Have you seen any attractive dolphin lately?
Dolphins?
Yeah, dolphins.
I mean, I've heard about them. They kind of hang out outside the bay.
They do, that's true, and you only stay in the bay. I forgot.
Yeah, I'm a bay fish. Barry the bay
fish.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you see any nets or anything like that, just stay away from them.
Okay.
And tell me where they are, and I'll take care of them for you.
Okay. Oh, well, you're not allowed to fish in the bay.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So if anybody is, I need to take care of it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, sure, no problem.
I'm gonna give him a little nose boop,
Oh.
and then keep swimming.
Okay, anything suspicious. Hey, we'll look out for saying suspicious. He's telling all of his friends.
Good.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check for me, just out of curiosity.
Okay, let's see here. 18.
Okay. Alright, he'll look. Alright, for our flyer, are you looking for anything?
I'm keeping an eye out for, like, just any suspicious activity that I can see, just in case there's, like, shady dealings going on the ships or something, I don't know.
How high up in the air are you?
I'm like, I could reach down a hand and skim down the water. Like, my feet could almost skim the water.
Okay. Alright, well, your vision
I'm probably not going to see much.
Your vision's limited. You're below the deck of most of the ships, but roll me a perception roll.
I could look through the portholes as I go past.
I mean, you could. It might slow you down a bit, but...
I also want to be making sure I'm keeping an eye on the person I'm following under the water, so
Okay.
that's why.
With the 14, you notice that ships are doing their business. You notice a few people notice you. A few people are pointing from a crow's nest. Things fly around here all the time. Usually not like this, so you're being noted.
Cool.
Okay. So you arrive at the dock in question at Queen Anne Sail Street, and docked there is a large airship, the Musty Mermaid, and you see a group of 5 people on the dock talking. At the far end on land, you see a group of green uniformed men and women. Having been around here long enough, especially the landwalkers, you would see these people first. These are Rovon Rangers. These are the unofficial, I wouldn't say henchmen, but these are folks that work for Colt. They mostly hang out at the yawning portal. They provide services for those venturing down in and out, but they can be seen around the city. Some people deride them a bit as a private militia, but they seem to know the right people not to get the sort of scrutiny that other armed uniformed folks that aren't the militia would have. From the land, at the end of the dock, Trogdor and Rune would see Maya standing there sort of watching, and then further down the docks you see a man dressed in black clothes, black hat, black feather, has an eye patch on. You would know that person, you don't know that person's name, but you have seen him around before. And the person next to him is Colt, and he's speaking to the captain of the ship. Air and sea. How are you, what are you doing? I mean, you can climb up onto the docks with Trogdor and Rune. You could land on the far end of the dock and be on the other side. You could sneak about. What do you guys want to do?
I'm being sneaky, kind of like under the docks, but close enough that I can hear.
Okay.
Well, I'll be sneaky too.
Just like you're in the air. How are you being sneaky?
As I get closer, I'm just trying to like go under the docks and stuff and closer to like the edge of the land, and like, I don't know how docks work. Are they a little bit sometimes raised out of the water so you can kind of hide under them but still be breathing?
Yeah. Okay. For this, well, for Ariel, make me a stealth check with advantage because you're already underwater.
Okay, first roll is a 15. Second roll, 18.
Okay. You feel confident that most people don't see you. But if someone was looking, there's a chance. Flynn.
Yep.
So you are trying to glide underneath a dock with lots of different pillars.
Yeah.
Make me a dexterity check.
Straight dex check?
Straight dex check, yeah. Just how
16.
Okay, that's not too bad. You get underneath the dock. You kind of clip a wing that does sting a bit, but you don't do any damage. Now make me a stealth check without advantage.
Okay. Oh, fuck. I got a 10.
And you glide underneath the dock, but as you stop, you splash.
Yeah. Not so good at the water side of things.
Yeah, you don't quite hover, but you are kind of next to Ariel. Be it that you are there, you do hear this conversation though. You hear the person whose voice you kind of recognize as Colt saying, "Listen, I'm not saying that anyone stole anything, but something is missing. And Rue, you're the ones on the ship, so I just want to know what's going on here." And you hear a voice reply back, God, Colt, why do you think I always steal everything?" And you hear a third voice say, "Well, that's because you're a well-known thief and can't be trusted. And frankly, you should be in jail." And then you hear Rue say, "I will fucking cut you." And then a scuffle breaks out. From land, Trogdor and Rune, you don't hear what the conversation is. You see a lady point at Colt. You see the man in black say something, and then they both kind of lunge at each other. The captain grabs Rue, pulls her back. Colt kind of grabs the guy in the black, pulls him back. You two see the men on the ship kind of start to get off the ship with clubs, and you see the folks in green kind of get on the deck, drawing their weapons. Look like there's about to be a fight on the docks here. However, the captain and Colt just sort of like go back. You see Colt kind of push the man in black, tell him to go to the end of the dock with Maya. And the captain, who is Captain Bertram, tells Rue to go back to the ship. And you see Colt and Bertrand continue to chat lightly, which you don't hear, but go back to underneath the dock, and you will hear Colt and him speak quietly. I'm pretty sure Rue didn't steal anything. I know. I'm pretty sure too. But she needs to be stepped into a zone of truth, and then needs to tell me that truthfully, and then I can move on with my day. So, have her come over here, step into the circle, and just answer a question. So, a long silence, and then you hear Bertram go, "Rue, need ya." Rue goes back over. Colt gives a signal, and you see a cleric sort of walk out. There's a brief discussion that you two can't hear underneath the dock with like a loud whisper fight argument. That's like, there's an argument there. But Rue says, "Oh, fine, do your stupid fucking spell." You hear incantation, and then whoa. Rue, did you steal the box? "No, Colt, I didn't steal the fucking box." "What's in the box that's so important?" And Colt just smiles. "Well, that's all I need to know." Whoa! Hear the truth, the zone of truth go down. "Well, cool. Always good to see you two. Always a pleasure. Captain, why don't you drop by White Sails? There's a few profitable jobs I had them set aside for you." And then the two underneath the docks hear Bertram say, "I can't help but to think that you try your hardest to make sure we're not in port often." "Always a pleasure, Captain." And you hear footsteps walking away from both of you underneath the dock. Are you gonna stay there, or are you gonna try to sneak back onto land to join your two friends?
Here for now. I'm doubling down.
Okay.
I
Flinneman?
think Flinneman realizes he's not probably doing the best at hiding anyway, so he just kind of casually climbs out, like, "Yeah, I came out from underneath the dock. That's normal."
You get a lot of looks, and Colt and this man dressed in black kind of both look at you, a little annoyed, and can just shake their head and walk away talking. Flamin, do you join Trogdor and Rune?
Oh yeah, I head right over to them.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Yeah, how's the walk?
Hello, friend Flitterman.
Small acts of evil on the way. Nothing too big.
Good,
Oh,
good.
yes.
Keep it up, keep it up.
Very, very, very important.
Absolutely vital.
As you're standing there talking, seeing that this person who came out underneath the dock, likely eavesdropping, comes over. The man dressed in black comes over and goes, "So, another trio of shotters looking for gold seeping off the society." You know the term shotters is short for Longshots, which by now is kind of a term used for groups of adventurers in town. Sometimes it's a compliment, sometimes it's not. Depends on the tone. This tone is not a compliment.
Does this man smell?
He smells very good. He's cologned.
And I'm gonna lie. You smell a little strong there.
Okay.
I'm just saying, thought you ought to know.
Well, I appreciate your perceptive nostrils. Now, why don't you go drown yourselves in some bottom of ale somewhere? But before he can rush you off, Maya comes over. Oh, hello! Oh, do you know these shotters? Well, they're not shotters. They're my operatives. And yes, I do know them. He kind of walks away. Hey, thank you for coming. There were 4 of you, right?
Trogdor starts visibly and audibly counting. 1, 2, 3. 3.
I just look her in the eye and I say, Rune swallowed the other one.
Oh yes. And Rune just kind of like extends its body to show that there's absolutely nothing in its body except for leftover lunch and like 5 silver pieces.
Make a deception check.
Can I have help?
You gotta make separate deception checks, or one person can do it with advantage.
Trogdor's just gonna reach out and place a hand on his shoulder and just transfer some guidance.
To Rune?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And that's a D4?
So
Yep.
Ooh. Dirty 20.
Oh, we both got 20.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. Maya goes, oh,
You see, you can almost see a little finger in there.
okay. Was that on purpose?
No?
More out of necessity than anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doctor's been telling me all about the religious consumption.
Yeah. You know how I operate. If I can't bury a man I've killed, I've got to eat him.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry for your loss. Are you? I assume because you are here, you're available for something.
You know me, always come on demand. You know, wait, that didn't come out right.
When we've had lunch, as you know, so we're ready to go.
Okay. Well, that's great. Well, the musty mermaid behind me here was supposed to deliver a box, about 2 feet by 2 feet, 6 inches deep, and it's gone missing. Now, originally we thought that perhaps that someone on the ship took it. Known thief, well, accomplished thief, but and then she kind of looks at Colt, and they make eye contact, and he kind of gives does like a dope. But seems like that didn't pan out. So, you quartet, well, now trio, very good at finding things for me. So if you could perhaps ask around and whatnot. There are a few members of the ship that haven't returned yet. Could be avenues to looking at, but we really don't know where it could be. Was there last night? I was not here this morning.
Just a couple questions then.
Sure.
Any distinguishing markings on the box we should be aware of? Or am I just asking people if they've got a 2-foot box?
Yes. It has a lot of runic carvings on it.
Right.
It's mahogany. It has platinum corners of it. It is arcanely locked, so don't try to open it, or you may trigger a disintegration spell. So it's really should not be messed around with. So if you come across a box in a pile of dust, I mean, that is the way to do it. So that there's a good chance that would be it. So I mean, we were looking for dust this morning in the corners and alleyways, and we just found trash. So. Any other things else you would need to know?
Full manifestation of the crew of the ship and anyone else who may have had access to it?
Oh, I mean, I don't have those, but the captain, agreed to give us a full cooperation, so you can, you know what? He doesn't know who you are. She'll turn around. Mountbatten, come over here, please. The man in the black comes over, and Colt kind of is curious, what the hell's going over, and comes over here. And he goes, "Yes, Ms. Vagabonte." "Yes, Monty. These three may need access, so if you could give them a pass." "You can't be serious." And he kind of looks at Colt. How about you just let me take care of this, for old time's sake? We shouldn't really be leaving this to whatever this trio is.
I resent that.
I don't care. Colt kind of looks over everyone, and then kind of looks at Maya, and I checked your character sheets, and Rune, you speak Celestial, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And you're also a rogue, so you speak Thieves' Cant, don't you?
I sure do.
You sure do. Does anyone else speak Celestial? That's not under a dock, waiting patiently for someone to come back to talk.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. It's a very unusual Celestial dialect, but you pick up enough that Colt is asking Maya if they can be relied on, and she kind of just gives a nod, an indication that she does think they can at least track down some leads. And then Colt will look at Mountbatten and goes, "Hand over the badge, Swords Captain. We do have things to get to today." He'll walk off, and a few green uniformed folks will follow Colt. Mountbatten will reach into his coat and hand over this, I would say, very finely gilded silver sort of badge, and tosses it, lands in Rune, and she slowly sinks into her body. "Now listen, that will get you cooperation in most places. If you're stalked by a militia member, they'll know that you're on our official business, but don't abuse it, or I'll come looking for you. I got my eye on all three of you." He points to his eye-patched eye.
And would you say that you are easily escaping any sort of divination magic?
I would say that if you fuck around, you'll find out.
Fuck around and find out. Got it.
Linneman's going to lean in to kind of half whisper, but not really that quietly, to Trogdor. "That guy's that's my first suspect," talking about Mountbatten.
He leans in. I always like these types of folks. I look back over at Mountbatten. Oh, sorry, just a moment there, mate. Surely you can hang around for just a few more seconds. And I lean back in even further. I'm packing a little bit of a truth spell. We could just go around investigating whatever we like.
Oh, that's great.
You want me to ask you an embarrassing question?
Yes.
Yes.
Got it. I turn back
That'd be
around.
very evil.
So, say? Down for a little questionnaire? Got time to answer some questions? Little tit for tat? Quid pro quo, if you will?
No. He turns around and walks away.
Oh, fine, fun.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you're impeding an investigation.
Maya goes, he's... You could take him off that list. He's gruff, but Mr. McKay is reliable.
Are you sure? I could just zone of truth him, We'll get down to the bottom of it so long as he doesn't resist, and I'll know if he resists.
He was with us all last night. He did not leave this area, and he's not on our list.
Are we sure it's still in the city?
Well, we don't know.
Hmm.
We think it probably is. We've placed people at the exits of the city, but people leave lots of different ways. It's not too hard to physically get out of here if you know what you're doing. But we're handling other outside possible locations. But like I said, you three are, well, four, but you three are pretty good at tracking things down in the city, and you're my first choice to track down some leads.
I always like to be everyone's first choice.
Well, so she reaches into her pack and she pulls out like a little packet of like kind of wrapped in twine, hands it over, about to hand it to Rune, but like given the Rune's very wet, hands it to Flinneman because she knows Flinneman the longest.
I think if you go to like pass it to Rune even briefly, he'll like reach out his pseudopod and just slurp it into his body.
Make a grapple check.
Little fella's really fun on taco night.
I bet.
Oh, I have advantage on grapple checks because of my amorphous form. So.
And I'm just gonna
Nice.
poke you in the little jelly and be like, and guidance?
And guidance. That's a 14.
Nope. Okay, that is a 12 for that's a 12 for Maya, as she was not expecting that. Goes, oh, okay, well, anyways, cool. That's handy. Those are 20 paper birds, so if you come across any updates, please send me an update. May want to dry those off. They fly a little quicker when they're dry. And yeah, that badge will get you cooperation from any militia members. You can't go anywhere with it. You can't go to Silverhand's home or inside our estates with it. But if you are stopped by anyone of minor importance, if you show that badge, they'll know that you're on official business for me. They'll give you as much cooperation as... They'll give you some cooperation.
Sure.
Okie dokie.
Okay, well, thank you for coming, and I will either be at the Yawning Portal or the Yesenia Estates today. But you know what? I'll leave word with Thane. You know Thane. That's your thing. Because you guys have all been there once or twice before. If I'm going somewhere, just ask him. He'll tell you where. So good luck. It's pretty important you find this as quickly as possible. And have a good day. And she kind of nods her head, and she goes off. And I need everyone to make perception checks for me.
See you later, alligator.
Do I perceive anything?
You can make a perception check at disadvantage.
23?
22.
14.
Wow. Okay, what's the other one?
That's more like it. Okay.
Okay. Rune and Ariel don't pick up on this. But Flimin and Trogdor, as Maya is walking away, you notice two sort of dockhands that were just sort of sitting there drinking coffee and moving some crates around. You kind of see them dump out their coffees and like sort of fall in behind Maya, and you see their clothes shimmer into uniforms. They were watching you guys the entire time in disguise. But it seems like all the green shirted, green cloaks rangers have cleared out. You have a ship crew in front of you. You have access to people give you some cooperation. You are looking for a box. So what do you want to do?
We need to track down the captain first.
Okay. I mean, you want to discuss it with three of you and just
that was me opening like
okay,
a
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So,
I suppose that'd be the best place.
Well, when I lose something, I always retrace my steps. Perhaps we should find the place where the box was last seen.
Ship?
I agree.
Who saw the box last?
I suppose it'd have to be someone on the crew. Maybe they do shifts, or maybe someone dedicated. Any captain worth the salt knows what he's carrying.
That's true. And we can interrogate him.
Yeah, should be fairly easy.
I'm proficient in interrogation techniques.
Oh, awesome.
I'm sure you are, little buddy.
I love this character.
And even if you weren't, we could always hold him down and we could just put you on his head.
We sure could.
Oh boy.
We could use me to waterboard him.
Goo board. I like it.
Alright, so I guess we go find the captain.
Okay, you would have seen him go back on the ship. The crew is unloading other cargo. And Ariel, you... With a 14, you would probably see them starting to walk onto the dock. Flinneman, you know where Ariel was.
Would walk onto the dock first that Ariel's on and just say out loud, "Boy, I sure hope anyone who wants to actually be a part of this investigation appears right now."
Ariel is going to dolphin spit water at Flynn.
Oh,
Okay.
Cool.
Roll me a d20.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay, you hit. Where did you want to hit Flinneman with the water?
Directly into his open mouth.
You baby bird seawater right into that mouth.
Yes.
Flinneman just swallows it and smiles.
Ooh.
Like that didn't affect him at all. Just
Ariel is going to be strangely attracted to Flynn in that moment.
All right. After some literally swapping spit,
That was salt water, right?
salt water's supposed to be good for you.
Good for your skin, not your insides.
There's skin on the inside of my mouth. It doesn't look that different. I'm sure it.
I just exchange a glance with Rune.
Rune just
It's a good
writes
snack.
that down. Rune writes that down.
You may want to put an asterisk or a question mark by that one.
That's a good question to ask the captain.
Yep.
Oh.
We'll ask him if he's got skin in his mouth.
just for
Skin, flesh.
just for a visual, how is Rune writing in? What is Rune writing in, and how is Rune holding the thing that they're writing in?
I hadn't really thought about it. I just figured he was taking notes.
Well, okay, then I'm going to say you have like two tendrils holding a book off to the side and a third one reaching over your head and writing. And since you know where everything is at all times, you don't actually look when you're writing.
Yep.
And then you
Exactly
close the
that.
book. You close the book, and the book like gets reabsorbed back into you.
Yep.
All right,
My entire inventory is in my body.
And you're a small slime.
Yep.
Boy, it looks like it might be crowded in there.
Hey man,
I'll
this
wear a
is fantasy.
spare backpack on the side of my backpack for
I
Rune's
love
extra
it.
stuff.
I love it. All right, so you're gonna approach the ship.
Yep.
I'm gonna help Ariel up out of the water if she wishes. So you want to come to land, or are you just gonna hang out?
I suppose.
It's up to you.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to be left out.
You never know. We could get into some trouble. Might be fun.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, like maybe we could sweep all the decks and reorganize the furniture.
Yeah, that Ariel is going to hop out of the water and then dolphin spit into his mouth as well for being obnoxious.
All right,
Just
roll
gonna-
me a d20.
Just blinking at the impact.
Let's see. 11.
You can't hit his shoulder.
Rune just opens its mouth and is like, me too.
Ariel is out of seawater, so she'll just loogie spit into him.
Oh Jesus! You guys don't get the mumps.
You can see it floating around his head.
Oh, boy. Already more
This is
disgusting
amazing.
than our usual ship. All right, at the bottom of the ship, you see two bugbears that are kind of not guarding the plank, but like the ramp up to the ship, but they're not like letting you pass. Both armed with sort of maces and they go, "Oi, no work here, so piss off."
We're here on official business, and Rune will push the badge up to the front of his face. just for a visual, like when you're talking, there's like a little mouth opens and like the badge goes come through it. See, I was thinking there was the mouth is kind of maybe at the belly part of it, and then you just see the badge up in the face, and it's
Okay.
The body's translucent, so you can see it.
Okay, love it. I need descriptions on when you make things emerge from you. The bugbears kind of look at the badge and they recognize the symbols on it, and they kind of straighten up a bit and don't look nervous, but they get the sort of oh, I just said the word fuck in front of my boss sort of nervousness, and kind of okay, yeah, sure,
That's
sure.
right. That's
Mhm.
right. You show some respect.
Apologies, didn't know. There you go. They kind of just push off to the side, and on the deck of the ship, there are a variety of different men and women working on stuff. Some repairing the sails, some moving crates. But you do see the captain, Bertram Reynolds, on the ship, talking to a few people.
Oi,
just gonna whistle.
Captain.
Yeah, exactly.
He turns around, and goes, yeah. Hello, Captain.
We have
Captain
some-
Reynolds.
We have some questions for you for in our investigation. You better not be impeding it.
Kind of looks around. Investigation. Believe
Yeah.
my daughter was cleared just moments ago by Colt Sebastian Taylor himself.
Your daughter may be clear, but you're not.
Okay.
Have a seat, my good sir.
Um.
And Rune will just pseudopod over a box of crates.
I'm sorry. Who? Apologies. Who are you?
We're here on official business.
Yes. Not to be rude, very impressive, but whose business are you on?
Rune's just gonna stage whisper, "Hey guys, you know this works better when there's a good cop as well as a bad cop."
I got this. Listen, mate, we're just here to clear up a couple things. No one's necessarily under suspicion, but when someone asks you to go find a box, and that's what they give you, we're kind of just trying to get some more information. When was the last time you saw the box?
Once you say that,
When's the last time you saw this box?
once you say that, he kind of takes like take the, I see. I assume Maya has assigned you this task?
Yep, literally like about, 5 minutes ago.
Uh-huh. Okay. He kind of sits down. He kind of like signals. Everyone make perception checks for me.
$18.
Can someone roll
20.
for me?
Okay. Oh, yeah, you can bring up your character sheet in a second if you want.
My hands are just covered in guacamole.
Like, if there's any reason for have someone else roll for you, that's a great reason to have. Oop, my earbud fell out.
Are you rolling or do you want me to?
I can do it. Let me pull
Okay.
up for skills. Do. Alphabetical order. There we go. 14. Okay, I mean, you know what? I would say Flimin notices the most, but all of you do notice that you four kind of barreling onto the ship caused a bit of tension, and there were a few guys pretending like they were loading stuff up, but they were kind of like getting in position to jump you if this went south, but they don't really like. Everyone's very tense on this ship. This thing is not how they wanted to start their morning. But once the captain gives like a little bit of signal, they kind of calm down. Flinneman, you do notice that Rue was up in the sails, like aiming at all of you, but she backs down, but like remains up there. Captain sits down, like, oh, all right. Captain Reynolds is always here to help the law, because we're law-abiding ship, totally not a pirate ship. Ask away.
I mean, Jesus Christ, by Lathander's light, you guys could have just looked off the side of the ship and saw him talking to us, But, yeah. So, when was the last time you saw the box? Who was on watch, maybe? Or just sit in the cargo hold?
Oh, well, we picked up the box in Mintarn.
That tracks.
That was about, what? Sorry.
What was the specific time? And do you have any receipts?
Yeah, like a manifest of sorts.
What's your alibi?
Okay, well, receipts, no. Manifest, yes. Alibi, I was in town all night, relaxing. But,
Do you have anyone who can confirm that?
Oh, yes, he kind of looks around and goes, that guy, that gal, my daughter. There's just basically a skeleton crew here on watch. Retrospect, probably should have left some more people. But, like I said, we picked up a Mintarn. We swung by through Boulder's Gate, picked up a few more things, and arrived here late yesterday. And last time I saw it was a Mintarn. I supervised the storage of it, but once it's in the cargo hold, I don't, check it every day. It was in a crate.
What was in the box?
Oh, I don't know. I was asked to transport a box of contents that were important and none of my business, and paid quite nicely to do that. And it was a special request by my good dear friend, close friend for practically 20 years, Colt Sebastian Taylor. You may have heard him. He's one of the most important people here in the town. And I said, sure, Colt, we're good friends, and you can depend on me. And so I transported it.
And he was the intended recipient?
What's that?
Who was the box for?
he was going to send some people to pick it up this morning. But then we discovered it wasn't here, and, well, that was the problem, basically.
Who decided to pick it up in the morning instead of when you arrived? Leaving it on the dock with the skeleton crew seems an odd decision for a valuable box.
Negligence at best.
Well, I mean, that was what was requested, and so that is what we did. I mean, I wasn't aware that it was of any of importance that required more of a heavy guard.
But you were contracted not to open it and paid extra for it?
I was paid extra not to make sure anyone was too curious about it. I was insinuated that if someone did mess with the box, that they would be likely killed or very, very, very badly hurt.
So someone's willing to kill over the...
Prediction?
Right.
What's that?
You go.
With all that said, that didn't make you think that it might need extra protection if someone's willing to kill for a box?
Well, the box kills people, so I thought if someone was going to break into it...
I killed people, but they still let me in a tavern.
Okay. Well, I mean, I thought the box would, like, protect itself because it was so heavily protected arcanely.
You know what? Actually, that is a good point.
Yeah, and it was
it
was in a nondescript box, like inside a crate. So I didn't think it was.
So it's
with platinum a mahogany box. Oh, in a crate. Okay, I see.
Yeah, it was packed with hay, a few miscellaneous items.
So you said that it was protected by magic, right?
As I understood it, that if someone messed with the lock, an arcane thing would kick in.
So then not very many people would actually be able to get through the lock. So what would be the point of stealing it?
That was my thought exactly. I mean...
Now, the crate that it was packed in, normal crate, like any of your other crates?
Yeah, they're almost exactly the same, blended right in, which I think was probably the idea.
Do you got some trademarks on it, maybe? Property of Bertram Reynolds, Musty Mermaid, anything?
Are you sure it wasn't mishandled?
Well, I mean, if someone mishandled it or tried to open it, the box would remain, and I would either find a body or a pile of dust.
Was there anything else that went missing, or just this particular crate?
That's the only thing. I mean, the crate was sealed. So when we opened it, it wasn't there, but when we examined the crate, it looked like the nails had been pulled out and then put back in.
So this could have been stolen at any point.
So wait,
it was in the crate.
The crate that the box was packed in is still on the ship?
Yes,
okay.
It's just down below.
I shall dust for fingerprints.
Yep, my gooey friend. Sounds good.
I'm gonna slide off of Trogdor and I'm gonna go find the crate.
Okay.
And the crime
I feel like you roll around like Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
I don't know what that is, but sure.
I got you.
Okay.
I'm gonna investigate the crime scene.
More than happy to. Anything to help? Any other questions I can answer for you?
Don't go anywhere. We may ask you back for questioning. Don't even think about
I would like a
country.
Before I leave, I would like to know if you have a list of the people that were on guard duty and all the people that may have had access to the room the crate was stored in for the whole journey.
Yes, I think I can provide that to you. Not everyone has returned from this morning. There's still about 4 people that aren't here yet, but everyone who works the ship is here. I sent some people out to fetch them so we can talk to them, but I'll get you that list right away.
Thank you.
Can I go get it now?
Feel free.
Yeah.
Okay, great. No problem. Rue! She slides down a road, gives you all the stink eye, and they both go back to their respective quarters to get the information that you requested.
I'll look over at Flanagan and be like, "This has been no help whatsoever."
I would like to try to sneakily follow them.
Okay. How are you sneakily following them? On a
Hang
ship
on, that is a great question.
Yeah.
Let's see if I took that spell. I don't think I took invisibility, but I have. Can I make them blind without them noticing?
No.
I mean, I think they would notice that they're blind, and then not be able to get the information that you are requested.
Can I just kind of like trail a decent bit behind them? Like,
Sure.
okay.
Sure. Roll me a stealth.
Okay. I mean, it's not bad.
Okay. They don't notice you following as you are, I guess, looking around for clues maybe and whatnot. And so, your quartet has split up, so it's not unexpected. They go into the sort of the living quarters of the ship of the Musty Mermaid, and they both go into the captain's quarters and close the door.
Okay, I would like to listen at the door.
Okay, make me a perception check with disadvantage.
Uh, 23.
Okay. You definitely hear them talking. You don't hear a blow-by-blow conversation because they are talking quietly. You are behind the door, and it's a noisy dock. But your keen mermaid hearing does pick up that they're both a little concerned that this is going to cost them future jobs. Rue is concerned this is going to cost them gold and money, whereas Bertram is assuring them that Colt is their friend and this is embarrassing, but he won't cut us off from the good contracts. You don't pick up that they seem to know what happened. They're both blaming the subpar crew they had picked up about a month ago to replace some people who were off for the season. That they should we should have went to fucking Neverwinter and picked up some people there. Why do we go to fucking Baldur's Gate? And you hear a lot of flipping of papers. They're definitely getting the information, and you don't get the impression they're trying to hide anything.
Okay, before they come out, I'm gonna scuttle back to the group and relay the message to them, like everything that I just heard.
Okay. We're gonna cut down to the crate that's been opened. A lot of hay everywhere. Rune, what you doing?
Dusting for fingerprints, looking for footprints.
Okay.
Looking for any sort of evidence that may have been left behind. Any indication of what happened to this crate? Like you said, that the nails showed that it had been opened and then reshut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Make an investigation check for me.
Can I do my wandering around to get an advantage?
What's it? What? Say again. Read the ability so that everyone's on the same page.
The bonus action. Where is it? I thought there was
Oh, this is your Inquisitor.
Yeah, inquisitive walking, where you walk around and you get advantage. Is that a thing?
I think it's something we discussed. It's probably under your feet or features.
Insightful fighting, eye for detail. Maybe I don't get that yet.
Yes, eye for detail. You can use a bonus action to make a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object, or to make an investigation check to uncover or decipher clues.
No, but I thought there was like
Oh, yeah.
another thing where if you walk around, like if you use half your movement, you get like advantage on perception or investigation.
Yes, steady eye. You have advantage. Yes, steady eye. You do have that.
Okay, that is a thing. I do have
Yes.
that. Okay, can I use that?
Yes, you slowly slop around the crime scene, looking for clues. You have tendrils coming out in every direction, scanning things. So you investigate with advantage.
Just thinking about it. I don't like that. I'm gonna use my lucky die.
Okay.
No, I rolled worse.
Okay. With a 19, you do, because Captain Reynolds gave you some what they had found, you do see evidence that the corners of the crate were popped up, probably with a crowbar, where the notches are in there. And as you look at the top of the crate on the ground, you notice the nails are bent. So it wasn't completely popped off. It was pulled up, bent the nails, and then sort of slowly pushed back down, hoping no one would notice. Inside the crate, there's lots of hay. There's a few bottles of high-end whiskey in there from Mintarn. A sealed container of lobster bisque, apparently, that Mintarn's well known for, and some freeze-dried garlic bagels, and that's it. You got fingerprints, because this crate was handled by lots and lots of different people. But you do find a few fingerprints on the inside of the crate where it was likely lifted up. So there's
So that would narrow it down.
yeah, you have a hand. Yeah, it's a hand.
Do you have a database to compare these fingerprints to?
No, but we can go around and like get and take fingerprints from everybody and compare. them.
Yeah, rather than wasting Zone of Truth spells on everyone, we can just fingerprint all the whole crew.
I mean, you could, sure. Everyone make an intelligence check for me.
Just flat intelligence.
Yeah, flat intelligence.
Oh no, that's a saving throw.
3?
Shit.
18.
Ignore that one. Ignore that one. That one's it was a saving
Okay.
throw.
You can just take off what the
roll
bonus
again.
is and tell me.
No, just roll again. Just ignore it.
Okay.
Ugh, this is not rolling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Rune, once you get the information, would you come up to everyone else and tell them you found fingerprints and we should fingerprint people?
Absolutely.
Trogdor, I mean, this sounds like a great plan. You guys might be done before dinner and whatnot.
I had evil plans later.
Ariel, you would know that no one has ever been convicted in Waterdeep based on fingerprint evidence. It's not a widely accepted. They're like, oh, that's weird, that's neat, but there's also magic that could fake a lot of different things too. So it might be interesting, but you would need more evidence of that. But Trogdor, this is the best idea. I mean, you are probably thinking of ways to plant fingerprints on people to make sure that other people knew that who their secret admirers were, so they could be properly appreciated.
Yeah, so I don't care that I know that this is a dumb idea. I'm doubling down on it.
Okay. As you're discussing this, around this time, you see a group of sailors come onto the docks, and it is 3 of the 4 people that were still missing in town. As they come onto the docks, Captain Reynolds, without Rue, comes out with a manifest of crewmen, sees the three, flips through, and goes, "All right, we're only missing one person. Gentleman by the name of Marley."
Marley.
So, yes, he was.
Where can we find them?
Well, if I knew, my boys and gals would have brought him back. He kind of. Have anyone seen Marley? Marley? Kind of a yay high.
Can you describe him for me? And Rune prepares to like do a what's that type of drawing called?
So like a artist rendering.
Yeah, of like.
Okay. Oh yeah, sure. He's a half elven man. He's got dirty blonde hair. You hear someone say he's got like a scar on his chin. Yeah, he's got a scar on his chin. You know, was a good sailor. Didn't have any complaints. But yeah, he had the first watch last night, and then he could get off and go into town. Did anyone leave here with Marley? And one of the guy goes, yeah, I did. Oh boy, he looks hungover as fuck. We went to like a bar crawl, and I mean, I kind of pieced out after the number 3 and came back. He kept going. So
you're saying that you can't account for his whereabouts during the time that this box disappeared?
Do you happen to have a shirt or a pair of boots, maybe even some socks? Literally anything he owns, that would help.
Or maybe the glass that he was using. We could use it to dust for his fingerprints.
Does anyone know where Marley slept? And same guy goes, yeah, I mean, we kind of all just kind of sleep everywhere, but he does have a few of his things downstairs, I guess.
Perfect.
Did you want me to get it?
If you could.
All right. Reynolds gives a nod, and the guy goes and gets it. Yeah, well, I mean, he was had the first watch, but you know, did anyone else see him like leave with a box? And now goes, no, anything. Left with a duffel bag.
Does he know magic?
No. He's a sailor. He's only a sailor, so I would find it really surprising if he did, but you know.
How long have you known him?
And does he have any connections to the mafia?
I mean, connections is such a loaded word. I mean, we all know people, and some people know other people, and those people know other people, and sometimes those people are part of things that you don't want to know about, but there's people between them, so, you know, I don't think so. I mean, I don't ask for resumes.
Does he have a criminal record?
This may surprise you, but we don't really run background checks here on the Musty Mermaid.
I'll have to talk to White Sails about that.
Well, I mean, you don't have to talk to White Sails about that. I mean,
How long? Let's just get. Was he on the ship just for like this voyage, or do you know him quite well?
He kind of looks at Rue, and Rue goes, I mean, he's been here for like 3 or 4 months. I mean, he's very easy to steal from.
Family name, clan name for this Marley? Is he a human? Is he an elf? What have we got?
He's half elven. We just called him Marley. I mean, don't really. He just signed Marley. No. I mean, we knew him enough to call him Marley, and we knew what he looked like. But when he signed on board, he just wrote down Marley, and you know, we don't really ask a lot of questions around here. We thought maybe he was trying to get out of Baldur's Gate, and wouldn't be the first person we've helped have a new life here because we believe in second chances here on the Musty Mermaid. The captain says. But Yeah. Ugh, I feel like I'm partially responsible for this.
Mhm.
I mean,
That-
you were carrying the cargo
Well, I mean, I brought the cargo here and
in your ship.
in
With
a
your
ship,
crew?
but
Yeah, and you put a person you'd only known for 3 months, didn't even know the last name, no background check, probable criminal record, on watch, alone? For this thing? This valuable item?
Captain Reynolds kind of laughs at all the lists you go like, yeah, I mean that's very those qualities of people here. It's so unusual, right, guys? Oh yeah, very unusual.
Really, I say we chalk this up to incompetency.
Yep, I agree.
Negligence. Incompetent.
Gross negligence.
Okay, well, here to cooperate. Please note that. Anyways, here are his things, and you see like a small chest brought up like a traveler's case, and inside there are some clothes, broken pocket watch, it's a sealed letter.
Can I dust for fingerprints and do the fingerprints
The
match that
letter.
those found on the case?
Does it have his name on the front? Is it just Marley, or is it something else?
You see a name on there that does not say Marley, but the name on the letter says Carlson.
So he's going by a fake name.
That's so unusual, right, guys? No one goes here by fake names. No. I'm an axe thrower. Yes, you dust for prints. Make an investigation check with advantage as you scan
Walk
and
around the
enhance. Enhancing. Scanning.
Rune, kind of barfs up a magnifying glass that is almost as is far bigger than its head.
Uh-huh.
And is just looking around.
Okay, you find fingerprints. What would you roll to compare fingerprints?
If there was never a time for investigation, by God.
Yeah, I mean you find them. Make me a general intelligence check, just to see how long it takes you to come to a conclusion.
All right.
Low stakes.
Low stakes. Oh no, 6.
You're kind of looking, and you're 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 looking, and then Trogdor comes over and did you put these fingerprints on paper, transfer them like silly putty?
Sure.
Yeah, let's say you did that because you're looking. Trogdor comes over and just shifts the paper 9 degrees. Yep, they're the same. This is definitely his thing.
Self-effaced.
Yes.
I'm self-effaced.
Great.
Nope.
You know where the box is.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, I could try to track him down based off of what we've heard, but only really works within 1,000 feet.
We could try reading the letter and see if it gives us any clues about him.
You know? Mail.
It's a crime to open someone else's mail.
It is. It is.
Well, I mean, in the course of investigation.
He is a suspect of a crime, and thus, this could be
I hold the
considered
letter
evidence.
out to Captain Reynolds and insist that he reads it. Your ship, your property. He left it on.
Always here to help. Always here to help. Opens the letter. Oh, okay. Huh. Oh, sorry. It says here, apparently Marley's name is Carlson. It says, Carlson, expecting to see you in Waterdeep within the month. Looking forward to completing our enterprise together. I'll be seeing you. It's unsigned.
Say, you got given one of those paper birds, didn't you? Little buddy?
Sure. He will kind of like
That's the-
reach around to his back and like grab one and yank it out.
And I look
Okay.
over towards Flinneman. Grab that out, and I just kind of like lightly mist it with my hot dragon steam. And you can fly, yeah?
Yep.
Let's just scribe this out to Carlson. Dear Carlson, if that's your name, we got a couple questions for you, if you don't mind sitting tight. Shortly after this bird arrives, so will we. Yours, Trogdor.
Sincerely?
Yes, yours sincerely with love, Trogdor. Does it fly or does it bird?
It bursts into flames.
Well, damn it, that's not his name.
That's not his
Try
name, or perhaps he's
Monty.
dead. Maybe
Yeah, he
we're
could
trying
be
to
dead.
solve a murder.
Well, if he's been murdered, nobody's buried him. That means I got another body to eat. And I'm already full.
I believe the ancient Romans used a technique to vomit so they could fit more food inside.
Yes. Right you are.
So you still want your things to track him down? I mean, as much as I
I'm
enjoy
just gonna open up the chest, reach my head in, and just take a large audible sniff. Just.
Mhm.
Is there a boot in here?
yeah, there are a pair of boots in there.
I'm gonna grab the pair of boots, look at the rest of them. You guys remember that old tale of Cinderella?
Sure do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
hated
got
it.
it written. Got it written right here.
We're gonna try to find our culprit, and how are we gonna be sure he's the guy? Well, we're gonna stick his foot in the boot.
And we can match his fingerprints.
That's right.
I know several people of the same shoe size as me. That one looks like it would fit me. I'm not sure about that as a method
you-
for proving it's the right guy.
I all of a
real
sudden
name
look really
Carlson?
shocked with like, would you mind trying this boot on? Just for...
It's not my boot.
Is it?
I mean, I'll try it on, but like I said, many people share boot sizes.
Is it an unusually sized boot, or is it like a common size?
It's a foot. He's a half elf, so it does not have any special feet conditions that require special boots.
Okay.
I find it strange that he's half elf and not trained in magic.
I find it strange that that's racist.
I mean, they innately know magic. It's bloodlines.
Oh, really? Well,
So, yes,
Not
it's
everyone.
racist, but also correct. Just like how I can breathe fire. I didn't
maybe
choose
he
it.
leans more into his human side and didn't inherit the magic.
Maybe.
I mean, he might have been able to do things. We never saw any of that while he worked here.
Yeah, sounds like you didn't see much of him anyway.
Well, I mean, I'm the captain. I can't keep track of everyone.
Isn't that your job, though?
No, not
Actually,
really.
it's a second in command's job, generally.
Right, yeah. Hey, Rue was it.
Fuck off. Who else
I
would
might, after this, answer my questions and I'll fuck off with glee.
what?
Marley have any friends? You know, pals, buddies?
Just the guy that came back hungover. Listen, you seem like a fancy pants type. You said
Not at
something
all.
about being able to find someone within 1,000 feet. Why don't you do your fucking thing?
Well, what if he's not within 1,000 feet? Then I gotta wait a while till I feel better.
Can't you walk around with it up? Scan or something?
Do we
I
know
believe
the
they
last
call that-
bar they were at? From that fella?
I mean, I can only make like a quarter. We were trying to do like the full bay. You know, the full bay, and I got like a quarter of the way through, and I pieced out after that. So last I
Do you
saw
know
him,
the
he
name
kept.
of the tavern?
It's called
anybody
like.
else who would have known? Is there anybody
I
else
mean,
who would have seen him later than you?
I mean, we went out with a group, but it was me and him were the last ones, and I just went back, and it was like called like the. It's got like the winking goblin, and it's got like a big old green guy holding a beer twice the size, winking at you, sign up front. So.
Oh, all right. We should head there to continue our investigation. See if we
Indeed.
can find this Carlson Harley person.
And then we might be closer to him or his body that you can use your 1,000-foot investigation thing if we don't get anywhere, but we might be closer.
I'm worried that I don't have enough to go on for that. And also, you know, if there's about like 10 feet of water or something, it sort of blocks the spell. Don't ask me why magic can't go over that.
That's a mystery
but it
to
is
solve.
here
Another time.
that I am gonna peace out for the night.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
Cool.
let's take a break and see where we are after the break.
All right,
We'll see you. We'll see you later, buddy. And
another burninating good day.
we'll be right.